I'm Sylvia from Vintage Kitchen Vixen, where I share tips for simple living, creating memorable gatherings, and preparing wholesome and traditional meals with a vintage twist. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a holiday twist on the classic breakfast that is French toast. Now, I already made my French toast. It looks like regular French toast on the surface, and I'm probably going to regret taking a bite of this, but it's warm and it's really good, so please excuse me. Okay. So, the secret to making this amazing plate of French toast, which is not kid friendly by the way, because I make a boozy bourbon maple syrup to drizzle on top of the French toast, which just takes it to the next level and gives it that extra holiday touch. Because nothing says the holidays like indulging a bit, am I right? Okay. That aside, it's an eggnog French toast, so I use my own homemade eggnog because the stuff that you buy in the store, the commercial eggnog, is just full of refined sugar, and there's so many additives that if you really knew what those additives are and what other things they're added to, you would never want to touch them again. So I make my own from scratch, and I'll link that below because I do have a recipe for my homemade eggnog, which is also spiked. You can make it without the booze, but I think it's so much better with the booze. So French toast, it's pretty easy as it is. Now I have two different versions that you can make. You can also make both at the same time. This recipe makes 6 pieces of French toast, or you can make 4 or 5 mini French toast casseroles in little ramekins. So I actually have some of those in the oven right now. I'm going to take a peek. They're looking good. So it's just a different spin on breakfast, and I would recommend, if you're doing the little ramekins and serving them that way, I would recommend serving it with some fresh fruit, maybe some cheddar cheese, and maybe some scrambled eggs as well, because that definitely wouldn't be enough on its own. But if you have a couple of these slices, that's going to be ample. I have 4 slices on here right now, and there's no way I'm going to be eating that, but I am going to be enjoying that after I'm done talking. Anyhow, it's really simple to make. You have your eggs, you add your eggnog to the eggs, and then you add some classic eggnoggy spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. I do put a little bit of brown sugar in there, but you can easily swap that out with coconut palm sugar if you want to clean it up a little bit. You can also do stevia as well, or maple syrup. It's entirely up to you on how you do that. If you don't have access to maple syrup, I'm Canadian, so I'm swimming in the stuff. You can get creative. You can do a cranberry sauce to put on top, or you can use a festive jam or a marmalade to put on top. I don't know, something that's festive, right? Just don't do just please, whatever you do, don't ruin it with Aunt Jemima or any of those table syrups that are trying to be maple syrup. Not judging you here, but take a look at that label on it because it's not real food. So just a precaution. I make my French toast in a cast iron skillet because I believe that cast iron cooking is the way to go in the kitchen. And if you want to learn more about why I think that way, I do have a post all about cast iron cooking, so you can check that out. But when you're cooking with cast iron, you are cooking with less toxins. You're able to control the heat a lot better, unless you're my husband. He hates cooking with cast iron. He always burns the eggs, and I don't understand why. I guess he hasn't watched my video. If you want to make it kid-friendly, just use a regular maple syrup or some kind of festive jam, like a cranberry sauce would be wonderful. Oh, hold on. I'm going to take out my little casseroles. And then you just put more maple syrup on these. They look a little bit dry, but that's just the ones on top. You put more maple syrup on that, or you can drizzle some more eggnog on there, or, and I like this idea even better, you put on a little bit of whipped cream or some jam or ice cream. I mean, it's the holidays, so ice cream, if you can have cake or pie for breakfast, I think it's okay to have a little bit of ice cream with your French toast. Decadent, yes. Delicious, oh my gosh, yes. So today, maybe not so much wholesome, I'm sorry I'm giving you terrible ideas. Anyhow, those are my little casseroles. The full recipe is going to be on the kitchen if you want to print that out for yourself, but everything you'll find step by step on the kitchen, which is linked below. And one more thing, if you are new here, I do this thing called silent film mode, and we will be getting into that right now. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Vintage Kitchen Vixen. If you are new here and you liked my silent film mode and you just like my channel in general, I really hope you subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you never miss an episode of the kitchen. And if you do want to show your support for me, it really helps when you like this video, when you leave a comment, and if you share this video on social media if you feel so inclined. I put out 2 new videos a week, so I will be seeing you real soon. Bye!
Like that?
Yeah.